So, going over my trades for Thursday, February 2nd. Um, Only had a handful of trades. Most of them not so good. um, Quick scalps, one loss, and then one longer dated short option that I decided to cover today. We'll go over that one at the end. So my first trade of the day was Pinduoduo, PDD, China play. I was just looking for a little bit of a bounce off of potential weakness. You got your after hours in this gray bar here, and I don't trade with after hours on, but as far as my reviews go, I like to have them on because I will set high and low off of pre-market before the market opens, so I can kind of gauge where we are relative to pre-market action. Um, so on Pinduoduo, I played a very short time frame on calls, 940 to 941. We put in this nice double bottom tweezer here on the 2 minute chart, and we came up, sold off on this next candle and started to reverse. I got in about right here, and I got out up around this area. Real quick scalp. I got a horrible fill on the price here. Um, so I got out just above break even. The spread was about 18 cents when I entered, and I got the fill on this candle going down, and it was garbage. I got a garbage fill even on a limit order. I don't know how that happened. So I was happy just to get out, um, being above break even though it did bump up like that quick scalp I was looking for. However, you can see it then didn't hold and continued to sell off. Not a great play. Wish I didn't get such a bad fill. So overall, the best fill I saw on it down here versus up here was about a 30-cent move, but between here and here was about a 15-cent move. And like I said, I was just happy to be out just above break even. That's my first morning trade here. My second trade of the day, switch to the 5 minute chart. Here are these lines I'm talking about. Pre-market high and pre-market low is this solid blue. And this dotted line is the previous close. The orange line is previous high of day and low of day. A few opportunities here today. Pretty easy opportunities at morning. We had a flag here right into the 9 EMA and the VWAP. How clean is that? So clean. Run up, flag back, take your entry off of these points as your support. If it doesn't hold, cut it just below the 9, or if you can stomach it, risk it down to the 20 EMA. But me, I was going to cut it if it didn't hold the 9. Exited way too soon. It bounced up, and I got out on this candle as we started to retrace. The level 2 looked real heavy right here, and it psyched me out, so I went ahead and cut it way too quick. And then again, I hit this flag right here, right off the 9. We got support, hit it for a real quick scalp, and I'm glad I stayed quick on this one, because you can see how big this next flag was, all the way down into the 20 EMA. But what a beautiful entry spot right here. You got a double bottom on the VWAP. That's a great place to risk. I just have a problem with entering a trade, exiting it, and then re-entering it. I usually don't hit the same trade twice. I just don't have the mental for it yet. So this one, I should have entered it, obviously, but didn't. But that's a great entry right there, too. Right off the VWAP, risk that VWAP as your stop loss, and then just ride it up. So, took this flag and this flag calls small profits here today. And that's where I should have stopped trading uh, day trades. Usually by this 11:30 mark here is when I try to be done for the majority of the day as far as day trading goes, because I don't trade that well in the afternoon. Um, I took two trades this afternoon. I took puts here around 220. So I entered in on puts right here as the 9 crossed over. Well, it wasn't crossing yet, but it was touching. The two EMAs were touching. So I took it here, and I exited just above VWAP for a quick scalp down. And volume has started to increase. So let me see if I can zoom in and make that any better for us. So you can see here, volume was ramping, 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 ramping. And I was like, okay, volume's increasing, and I'm also watching an 8 chart window at the same time, and volume was ramping across those other charts I was watching at the same time. So I was thinking, okay, we're approaching, you know, the time frame for when things tend to start picking up for the afternoon. I'm gonna look for a position to go long. So let me switch back to the 2 minute here. So I went long here. We came up, hit the 9 EMA, and I did an anticipatory entry right here, with my risk being the bottom of this last candle. So we came up, we hit it, didn't get what we wanted, obviously. We weren't done selling off. So we came down, um, and I exited on this candle right here. I didn't wait to get to the bottom of this candle, but this loss from entering in around here and exiting down here was such a quick move, it forfeited all my gains I put in from here to here on the earlier move, and then some, which kind of sucked. I mean, and you didn't see it on the 5 minute chart, but on the 2 minute chart, what a clean flag this is. Clean flag coming back into the EMAs and another full rejection. This earlier move I played on the 5 minute, and then I swapped to this move on the 2 minute. Anyway, I was just early, which being early is as good as being wrong. And like I said earlier, when I make a trade on something, I have a hard time getting right back into it. So I did not re-enter this, which obviously I should. I watched the price. When this candle right here bottomed out, those same options I entered in up here were 30 cents cheaper. So I should have re-entered. I just didn't. I don't have that capacity yet for re-entering trades after I've made a move on them, whether it be a win or loss. And then lastly, last trade of the day for me was SI. I decided to exit this one at the end of the day. So I've been short put options on this one for some time. Let's see here if I can zoom out. So I went short put options, $11 options, right here in this area. You can see where the volume started to kick in. This is when BlackRock announced their shareholder stake in this company. Volume just started spiking like crazy, and the price of the premiums went up significantly. Why did I choose $11 as my put options? Well, if we zoom back further here on the 15 minute, you can see this is our most recent low of about $11. It's about $11.58. $11.60. So right in that area. And that was our low for a while. I went back a little bit further than what I'm going to do right now. So I figured it's highly unlikely if I throw some $11 puts right here, we're going to drop below this recent low. You know, it was more likely we would just settle back down in this area here that it was already in if people didn't buy the news. But they did. They bought the news. I got a really good fill on the premiums, and I rode these suckers up. And right here, you know, we ran up well with as well. You know, the rest of the market did too after Jerome Powell spiked up very good here. But man, I set on the bid for 3 hours today. I was the top bid to try and get out, and just no one was buying. So come 346. So on this candle here, this 5 minute, that's a 15. Let's go back to 5. 346. So yeah, on this candle here, we ran down, dipped back up for just a minute, and we had Amazon, Apple, and Google numbers coming out at close, and I did not feel comfortable holding my put short through those numbers. I would rather close, take my profits, and then re-enter another short tomorrow if the opportunity presented itself. So basically, I sat on the bid for 3 hours. Nobody hit my bid, so I raised my price. And instead of taking 75% profit, I took 50% profit. And I would rather take 50% profit safely and be out of the trade instead of opening up to this tomorrow. Look at this. I mean, we dropped from $21 basically down to 1388, 1390, and now we're back to 17. If we open in this range tomorrow, I'd be approximately around a 10 to 12% profit versus a 50% profit. So don't get greedy and take your profits. Well, that's what I got for today, guys. Thanks.